Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with fourth unit of CS1. The name of this unit is Visual Basic. So this is fourth unit of CS1. Students, in CS1 there are total 5 units and we have already completed 4 units. This is the fifth unit, but the name according to this number, this is unit number 4 because earlier we have completed unit number 5. So here I want to discuss all the units that we have already completed. So in CS1 we have total 5 units. The first unit is number system. We have done with number system. The second unit was program analysis. We have already done with program analysis. Third unit of CS1 was C++, and fifth unit was networking and internet. So we have already completed fifth unit, networking and internet. So the remaining only one unit is remaining, that is unit number 4, Visual Basic. So this is the last unit of CS1. So today we are going to start with Visual Basic. So let's start with Visual Basic. What is Visual Basic? Visual Basic is the third generation event-driven programming language, first released by Microsoft in 1991. So Visual Basic is a programming language, as it is mentioned that it is event-driven programming. Event-driven programming means the event occurs when we click on different things. So this is very good thing that when we have event-driven programming, because it simplifies the thing. How it simplifies the thing? Because user just have to click on different parts, then different actions will be happened or performed. So this Visual Basic is released by Microsoft. It evolved from the earlier DOS version called Basic. Basic means beginners all-purpose symbolic instruction code. So basically it is developed from the DOS operating system. Since then Microsoft has released many versions of Visual Basic, from Visual Basic 1.0 to Visual Basic 6.0. Different versions of Visual Basics are available. Here we are studying Visual Basic 6.0. Visual Basic is very user-friendly programming language. Why it is user-friendly? Because it is event-driven programming language and it is very user-friendly language which is designed for beginners, and it helps everyone to develop GUI-based applications. GUI-based means graphical user interface. Graphical user interface is basically application of event-driven programming. Next is, before you can write programs in VB6, you need to install Visual Basic 6 compiler on your PC or on your computer. So when you install VB6 on Windows 10, but you can also install VB6 on Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, but you need to follow certain steps, otherwise the installation will fail. So after installing the VB6 compiler, the icon will appear on your desktop, and in your programs menu, click on the icon to launch the VB6 compiler. On startup, when you start with the VB6, the dialog box will appear as follows. So this is the dialog box that will appear to you once you have installed your VB successfully. So this is the main dialog box that you will see on your screen. So these are the different areas which are available in VB. Different types of developers, because everyone has different requirement and different developments can be done by using Visual Basic. So user make use of different types of files according to its requirement. So here we have to study and we have to start with standard exe file. We always have to work in this with this module, standard exe module. So you can choose either to start a new project or open an existing project, or select a list of recently opened programs. It is your choice whether you want to open a new project or you want to open an existing project. A project, what is project? Project is collection of files that build up your application. So different types of applications we can create, but in this video or according to your syllabus, so we shall concentrate on creating standard exe program. So as I have told you that we have to focus on this module, standard exe module. Now when you click on standard exe module, you will switch to this window. You will switch to this window. Now what is this window? When you start a new Visual Basic 6 standard exe project, you will be presented with the Visual Basic 6 integrated development environment. So this environment which is displaying on your screen, this is known as IDE environment. Why we call it as IDE environment, integrated development environment? Because this is the environment that we use to develop different applications. So this is the main area where we have to build different applications. So Visual Basic 6 integrated programming environment is shown in figure. This is the environment. It consists of what are the main things which are available on this environment: toolbox, form, project explorer, and properties window. Now I will show you what is toolbox. I have taken a expanded form of this image. Look at this. This is toolbox. This is toolbox, and you can also see the toolbox on the menu option. This again is a toolbox. You can also click on this toolbox. When you click on this, the icons of the toolbox will be displayed on the left hand side of the window. Otherwise it is already displaying according to this example on the left hand side. So this is toolbox. So I hope it is clear to you what is toolbox. This is toolbox. Now we have to study in detail what is toolbox. Next is form. The area which is displaying, this is form. This is form. You can see here it is written form number 1. So I have clicked firstly on the form 1. So this is according to by default form number 1. You can change the name of form. It is your choice. So whenever we have to develop application, we have to make use of form. So how we can design a form? We can drag and drop different things from this toolbox onto the form, and we can design a form. So this is basically the advantage of Visual Basic, that it has provided us facility. Why this is user friendly? Because we can simply make use of toolbox, and we can drag and drop the different tools on the form. Now after dragging and dropping the different tools on the form, once we are done with this part, we have to give some names to the icons, and then we have to do coding part on the tools. So this is form. Next element is project explorer. Now what is project explorer? This area is known as project explorer. Project explorer area gives you information regarding your project, regarding your form. So look at this example. This is project number 1. So let's suppose I have opened the project 1. This is the name of the project 1, and inside the project 1, this is my form number 1. You can also create number of forms in a single project. So this is project 1, and this is form, and inside the form, as I have opened form number 1, it is displaying this is form number 1. So this is project explorer area, which gives you information regarding your project. So I hope it is clear to you what is toolbox, what is form, what is project explorer, and the next thing is properties window. This area is known as properties window. Now why? Look at this area. This is properties window. Why this area is known as properties window? Because as I have told you that in VB we can drag and drop different tools from the toolbar or toolbox to the form, and we can design a form. So whenever we drag and drop any tool from the toolbox or toolbar to the form, we have to set the properties of that particular module, whatever we have drag and drop. So properties window gives us the description about the properties of particular toolbox or particular module, whatever we have drag and drop. So look at this example. According to this example, for example, I am on the form number 1 and it is displaying the journal information regarding the caption of the form 1. Caption form 1, it means the name of this form is by default form 1. Now it is my choice if I want to change the name of this form. I want to give the name ABC to the form. I can change the caption. So this is properties window. Properties windows means it displays the properties of every module, whatever we have dragged and dropped on the form, and we can reset their properties, we can change the names, we can change their labels. It depends upon the requirement of the users. So with the students, we have studied these 4 units: toolbox, form, project explorer and properties window. So this is toolbox. You can also open toolbox from this window. This is a form where you have to build up your application. This is the project explorer area and this is the properties area. So the form is the primary building block of a Visual Basic 6 application. Whenever we have to build application, basically we have to design a form. So it is all that what type of form we have designed. For different applications, we can design different types of forms. So how we can design different types of forms? We can make use of different modules that are available in the toolbox. So Visual Basic 6 application can actually comprise many forms, but we shall focus on developing an application with one form first. So in this video, we have to study different things that comes under toolbox, form, project explorer and properties. So let's start with the very first category, menu bar. So what is menu bar? Menu bar displays the commands that are required to build an application. Now look at this example. This is the menu bar area. So these all are the things, these all are the features which are required to build and full-fledged or to build a full-fledged application. So these all things: file, edit, view, project, format, debug, run, query, diagram, tools, ads in Windows Help, these all comes under menu bar. So let's start with the menu bar. The first option is file. This is the first option, that is file. Now what is file? It contains commands for opening and saving projects and creating executable files and a list of recent projects. Edit contains editing commands like undo. So edit command is used to undo, copy, paste, find and replace. So this is edit command. Next command is view command. View command contains the commands for showing or hiding components of the IDE. Okay, so this is view command, which shows the, so that is, it displays the things of integrated development environment. Okay, so view shows or hide the components of integrated development environment. Now next is project. What is project? It contains commands that add components to the current project, references and new tools to the toolbox. That is project. Next is format. Format command contains commands for aligning the controls on the form. So as the name of this is format, so it is used for the formatting purpose. So it is used for aligning the controls on the form. Next is debug. This is debug command. Debug contains debugging commands, different debugging commands. Next category is run. After the debug, this is run. Run is used to execute the program, and this is the button which is used to run the command. This is to stop it and break it. So run has 3 modules: start, break and end the execution of the current application. So this is to run the application, to stop the application, and to end the application. Next is query. This is query. Query available when building database applications. Next is diagram. It is available when building database applications used for editing database diagram. So this diagram module is directly related to query module. Next is tools. This is tools. Tools contain the tools that are needed in building the ActiveX components and ActiveX controls. Next module is add-in. Add-ins command to add and remove add-ins. Next is window and help. Window command is used to arrange the windows on the screen, and help command is used to contain help to, as whenever you work, if you need any type of help, you can click on help. So with this, students, we have completed this menu bar topic. This whole thing is the menu bar, and you must know that what is the meaning of every module. Now let's move to next topic of this unit, toolbox. Now what is toolbox? Look at this. This is toolbox. This whole area which is displaying on the left hand side, this is toolbox. Now we have to study toolbox. So this is the example of toolbox. I have taken a snapshot of the toolbox. Toolbox contains a set of controls that are used to place on a form at design time, thereby creating the user interface area. Now it is used to create user interface area. Why it is used to create user interface area? Because how you can talk with form, how you can explain the things that whatever is your requirement, what type of form you want to design. So whatever you want to design, you have to tell to the VB compiler. So how you can tell it? You can tell it with the help of toolbox, because you can drag and drop different things from the toolbox, and you can place that thing on your form. So that's why toolbox allows you to create the user interface area. So this is toolbox. These are the different tools that are available under toolbox. Now we have to study in detail. So the first toolbox, this first toolbox is pointer. Pointer, why we use pointer? It provides a way to move and resize the control form. Next is label. This is label. Now why we use label? See, label is used to, it displays a text that the user cannot modify or interact with. So label is used to create that type of text. Here I want to give you one example. For example, when you see any form online, you must see there is a heading that name of user, father's name, mother's name. So whatever it is written on the left hand side, that is just because of label. So we make use of label to create those things, and user cannot modify those things. Whenever you see any online form, you have privilege to enter your data in the text box only. You cannot change the label provided by the organization. Okay, so next is picture box. Now what is picture box? This is picture box. Picture box displays icons, bitmaps and meta files. It displays text or act as a visual container for other controls. Next is text box. This is text box. Text box is used to display message or enter text. So for example, when you see any online form and you see the content as enter your name, enter your father's name. So enter your name, enter your father name comes under label. Whereas wherever you have to type your name, that comes under text box. So text box gives you privilege that you can write the text in the text box. Next is frame. This is frame. Frame serves as a visual and functional container for controls. It gives you facility that how you can make the visual representation. Next is command button. This is very important. Command button. Command button is used to carry out the specified action when the user chooses it. So it is basically a final button. For example, when you fill any online form, at the end you click on the submit button. So this is command button. Whatever data you want to submit, you have to apply the coding on the command button. So command button is used to store the data. Next is checkbox. This is checkbox. Look at this. You must have seen this because it is mostly present on every form. Checkbox displays a true, false, yes, no option. It means you have to select only one option from the given options, like select your gender, select your stream. So that is checkbox. You can select only one value. Next is option button. Option button is a part of option which allows the user to select only one option from the multiple choices, or you can also select multiple. Sorry, in the checkbox you can select multiple options, but this is option button. That is, we call it as radio button. In the checkbox you can select two or more options, but in radio buttons or option you have to select only one option, like gender and your age, below 18, above 18. Next is list box. List box is used to display a list of items from which user can select only one. List box is, it means, for example, a menu is given to you. A menu, in a menu there are 10 items. You have to select only one items from the 10 items. That is list box. Next is combo box. This is combo box. It contains a text box and list box. So combo box is a combination of text box and list box. It allows the user to select an item from the drop down list box or type in a selection in the text box. Next is scroll bar, horizontal and vertical. It is used to scroll. These controls allow the user to select a value within the specified range of values. It means whatever range is available, user have to select the values between that range only, between the scrolling range only. Next is timer. This is timer. Timer executes the timer events at specified intervals of time. Next is drive list box. This is drive list box. It displays the valid disk drives. Whatever valid disk drives are available, it displays valid disk drives. Next is dir list box. That is directly, it gives you, this is dir list box. It gives you information regarding the directory. So it allows the user to select the directories or path. Next is file list box. This is file list box. It displays a set of files from which a user can select a specific file or the desired one file. So next is shape. Look at this. This is shape icon. It is used to add shapes to a form. If you want to create a circle, rectangle, different types of shapes on a form, you can make use of this icon. Next is line. It is used to draw a straight line to the form. Next is image. It is used to display image such as icons, bitmaps or meta files. Next is data. This is data. It enables the user to connect to an existing database and display information from it. Basically, it is used to extract the data from other files. Next is OLE. It is used to link or embed an object. It is used to link the files. It displays and manipulates data from other Windows-based applications. So these all are the options, and whenever we design any form, the most common icons that we make use is label, text box, command button, check boxes, option box, and we also make use of most of the times scroll bars, and sometimes we make use of list boxes. So these are the most commonly used tools available under toolbox. So with this, students, we have studied all the different tools that are available under toolbox. So in today's lecture, we have studied toolbox in detail. So students, that's all for today. Tomorrow we will start with the next topic of this unit. So in today's lecture, we have started with the 4th unit of CS1 Visual Basic, where we have studied the basic introduction of VB. This is the IDE how you, whenever you start with the Visual Basic, what module you have to select. This is standard exe file, and once you click on standard exe file, you will be entered in IDE environment. This is IDE environment where you can develop your application. This is the toolbox, this is the form, this is the project explorer, and this is the properties window. And in today's lecture, we have studied about the menu bar in detail. This is menu bar, and we have studied all the different options that are available under menu bar. And after menu bar, we have studied toolbox, and we have studied different tools that are available under toolbox. This is toolbox. So in today's lecture, we have studied this menu bar and toolbox in detail. Tomorrow we will start with next lecture. That's all for today.